Welcome back. What more could be said about the terrifying experience that is, well, having to watch your every move with someone just walking into your house unannounced? Did just have to check just to make sure. You're never going to feel comfortable again. Exactly how much is he going to question his very existence or those around him? And how safe he's going to be? Just asking some relatively generic questions on the history of the place and having a conversation with someone investigating some disappearances. Why does it now fall on him to be so paranoid? Or maybe it is all in his head. No idea yet. There's still a lot to go. The curse of the town racking up victims, exactly if it's supernatural in intention or just happenstance. We do need to find out, so strap yourselves in, get a drink. And let's watch some more Higurashi. Trying to have that's a very long ball phone. Trying to have a conversation about the disappearances around the town. And finding out that the one who's already been a little odd around him has got into his home, stood outside, possibly heard his conversation when he was saying, "Oh no, I haven't been talking to anyone." And what exactly is going on? Is the change in eyes and the pupil design and whatnot just meant to be try to throw us off? Or is it actually symbolic of something? And I don't know if I mentioned it before. I think I might have, but I'm not sure. The underlying bass track of this music, I quite like it. Somewhat reminiscent of, in a kind of very detached sense, some of the Time Splitters music. But what exactly is occurring in this town, how it's all connected, or who is connected, it's going to be interesting to slowly piece things together. Especially if it's trying to throw in some distractions and red herrings, as I mentioned before. I'm sure he managed to have a great night's sleep. Just got to head out to school now. Is she gonna come up and greet him, see how he is? There we go. Someone talking about a. Who? So, it's talking about the ones that disappeared, although we know that he was found deceased. So, I guess that news hasn't spread all too far. Now, I wonder if him not feeling well has anything to do with their conversations. Oh, does he want to have lunch with him? And what if anyone sees this? So I thought you had nothing to do with him. Now you're having lunch? Where are they? What kind of restaurant is this? The director. Hmm. Was they also could. All of them are so interwoven into all of the issues and disappearances. Which name is he going to bring out? Okay. Aunt-in-law. He has some very interesting friends now. I guess there's no real evidence to really tie it all together, so it's all just circumstantial right now. So you definitely want to keep a good eye on them. Huh? Actually standing up. Standing up for them. Sudden outburst like this, but are they going to appreciate how we fought in their corner? And the reason for suspension? Do we really want to know? Ah. Drugs and therapy. Okay. Is it all public record? Can he go and check it all out? Yeah, don't be coy about it. So what, does she have severe, like, schizophrenia? Does she also have close ties to this place, or... But they had to move? Hmm. So, once again, it is all closely linked to who ingratiated himself in so close. He was well known in the town, taking pictures of them all, conversations with several of them. Yeah, a relative outsider being brought in. At least, if things do keep on the usual track of how this place works, he's got a year before he has to really worry about it. He's still a little pale. On the she mate. I mean, was there some extra love poured in? Hopefully, no shattered glass or anything. He's got some fight in him, so yeah, that cold will be over soon. Rather cold tone and act of questioning there. He just has a friend, that's all. What's with the questioning? Why do they need to know? I mean, the complete shift in atmosphere around the conversations and what they're talking about and how they get on. Yeah, double lock the door, put some. Is that a request or a demand? Too much salt? He had to pick a needle? Yeah, it's not a usual cooking ingredient. I would not have grabbed them with full force of both hands if you just found a needle in one of them. Just saying. Now, that could be just an honest accident by the grandma. Not really sure how, but it could be. It would be incredibly funny if he's actually the one with, like, undue paranoia and all of this is nothing is actually happening. If I should go missing, use this letter as his last will and testament. Who's going to check behind the clock, though? Unless he now goes to the old man and goes, if I disappear, look behind the clock. But also now I would be devastated if we next see him go home and there's nothing there. The note is gone. Really needs to have a good look around. Are they hiding in his walls? Someone is in a drastic hurry to be somewhere. Well, there was no hit, but yes, an attempted hit and run. Hopefully, the little sequence we got right at the beginning of the first episode isn't a indication of where this is going. Yeah, he's got to keep up his strength. Did she have a thing about bats? Considering the story behind some of these guys, wouldn't surprise me if something happened or something or two happened. Skip out on mathematics or English. going to the street, just swinging practice. Well, they dropped it and left pretty quickly. I think he's doing it wrong. And for that tension-laden few minutes to completely just skip over it, now we're happy fun time. He's just heading home. He's going through a very delicate time. And now things are ever so slightly awkward. Any sort of tendencies that might be against him could possibly be brought out there. But yeah, having some weird questionings to aim towards him. The needle in his food. The attempted hit and run. She just happens to need to go the same. I mean, if he. It would be slightly terrifying. If there is nothing untoward actually happening, then. Then this would be quite almost out of nowhere. As long as she doesn't turn around and. What? Bat. Yeah, you need to explain. There's a bit missing here. I mean, it was left in the classroom. What does his bat have anything to do with it? Well, if there's a cycle of events that everything is going the same way, did he also start to be withdrawn away from them? Maybe it's some of the lines of questioning and cold view stares that he's getting. Well, maybe he also thought that his safety was in danger. This bit might be the important part. Don't interrupt while she's going on. You know the sentence isn't going to be completed now. Then why are you so concerned about him using the bat if he just transferred? Depends if he's in mortal peril or not. And I guess what his parents decide. Although the whole following in the same footsteps as this Satoshi. Satoshi. Oh, brilliant. So they're going to be away. Did they lock the house? How long are they going to be there for? Oh, okay. Although that is kind of the response I would give to my parents, so fair. Just right now, maybe not in the. If I was in the same headspace as him, I'd move rooms just in case. Just a extra bit of security there. Great bit of slapstick. Well, define strange, because nothing is particularly normal right now. How does he know this? And talk about the car, that's probably the most important one. Well, it depends. It might still be embedded into the wall after he threw it. I mean, if his parents really just. If he didn't clear it up, then his parents might have. So, look at this, leaving all this mess around. I mean, he was probably too busy trying to pick himself up from the dirt, and the guy was wearing a hat. Taking the same actions. I mean, it could be a case of just trying to warn him, or an actual threat. Actually, ringing the doorbell. Ding, 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 ding. Maybe it's just a parcel. Got to be signed for. I mean, if it wasn't for the detective guy bringing things to light and putting it on his shoulders, which seems like half of this stuff would be completely unnecessary. Why is he keeping to catch up with him? I'm not sure. Just give a bit of a heads up warning that they're all seemingly connected in some way or another to the disappearances and the like. But then when he's starting to spiral and be fearful of his own life, what? No police protection, no observation of him or the house? Not really doing a good job, are they? I wonder what I would think of this if each time they go a little inquisitive, it didn't change the pupils. Because, how you perceive things is one thing, but when there are visual clues, it's slightly hard to separate it into possibilities. But one thing that is really in my mind since that conversation is, why is he doing the same thing that Satoshi did before? Can't be just a mere coincidence. Hmm. I really don't know what to think of this series, because while it's trying to heavily imply about the curse of this village and the proponents of the dam and anyone that was connected in any way, kind of just disappeared or died, while simultaneously trying to push the fact that, oh, maybe the classmates are complicit in some way or another, and maybe it's part of the curse, they have split personality, or maybe it's all in their heads, there's just complete coincidence. It's trying to throw a lot of angles at you, and I'm not sure which is any to be actually followed. I think that's part of the tension. Just keep it up. You don't actually know what's going on. I don't think it's going to explain anything for a while. But if it is just a paranoia in his own mind and he's making the situation worse, that'd be one thing. The sudden switch into a sense of paranoia, needing to protect himself, grabbing the bat, doing the swinging practice, just like Satoshi in the past. What was the key motivating factor for the previous kid to do it? If, as it goes further down the line, the connection with the dam gets more and more dubious, was there ever actually anything to do with the project? Is that the coincidence here? The actual deaths and disappearances were maybe just completely coincidental and not connected to anything. I doubt it, but maybe. If you do have each and every member of this little club here that he's part of in his friend group being in some way connected to it, even just incidentally, it would go a hell of a way towards ease of mind if they just, talked to him about it a little. If he came clean, so, okay, there's this detective who's looking into it, trying to figure out what the hell is going on, just trying to clear names and the like, maybe they'd be a little more open into discussing things with him, without the fear of death or reprimand. One seems definitely worse than the other, though. But who doesn't like a healthy meal containing just a little extra iron? I mean, he didn't even try the others. He doesn't know exactly which one that she made. It could have been C. There's quite a few questions I have going around in my head. Mainly, I think some of it might be solved if we actually look and see if there was a note behind the clock at any point later on. If, though, all of this is just pointing to extreme paranoia, because of the events and people disappearing, and it's just really digging into his mind, and there is no malice or anything directed to him, I think that would be an ingenious way of telling a thriller story. On the outside, they're looking in, everyone's just trying to have a nice time, go to school, have friends, but one person is suffering horribly. I guess that's just a very visual way of displaying and talking about mental illness, really. But then again, it could be just a curse. A demon inhabiting the bodies of the townsfolk. At this point, no idea. Why not both? All of the above. A curse, something supernatural, all in his head. The kid's actually just going around committing moiders. Just how connected is it all? If he's doing the same actions as Satoshi, is he doomed to fall into the same footsteps? Is he going to need to transfer? Well, we'll have to find out. Luckily, there's definitely more, whether this season or more, but there's quite a few episodes left, I think like 20, 21. So, plenty to enjoy, plenty to get your head wrapped around. I'm going to be careful about what I eat. For now, I really hope you enjoyed, whether or not you were terrified to your core or not. If you want to make sure not to miss out in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. If you liked this one, leave a like and a comment down below. If I did something to entertain you, maybe even jump onto my Discord. But definitely most importantly, if you're this far in, don't drop out now. There's more Higurashi in the future, so I hope to see you there. My patrons are the metal bat that keeps me safe at night, and if you would like to ensure a little bit more of my safety from YouTube and the copyright system really, consider joining onto my Patreon as well. Help secure a bit of a future where I'm not looking over my shoulder in hysterical paranoia. So I do need to thank Noku, Sal, Croyville, Diego Zenhausen, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Lightwizard91, Shiuan, Tori Jane, and everyone else.